This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 8th day of January in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. The United Nations Development Program Guyana handed over $400,000 worth of IT equipment and software to the local judiciary, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and the Guyana Police Force today. The Guyana Fire Service, the Guyana Prison Service, the Guyana Forensic Science Laboratory, and the Ministry of Home Affairs are in line to benefit from the multi-million-dollar donation. The move by the UNDP Guyana forms part of a broader package of support under the Pace Justice Project, which is a criminal justice reform initiative that is being funded by the European Union and being implemented by the UNDP Guyana. Through the project, Guyana is benefiting from investments aimed at strengthening the country's criminal justice system through technology deployment and capacity building. Speaking at the handover ceremony at the UN House in Kingston today, the acting chancellor of the local judiciary, Roxanne George, said the IT equipment and software, which include a court recording software and associated hardware, will help to advance the work of the local judiciary as it forges ahead with its plans to modernize its operations. Justice George said the judiciary has now embraced technology wholeheartedly, despite initial challenges, and the IT equipment and accompanying software will be dispatched to courthouses across the country.
So here we are today with a gift of 8 Liberty, as I am advised, 8 Liberty software and equipment systems. Liberty systems have been used in the High Court in particular, and eventually we migrated them to the Magistrates Court for a number of years. This presentation is timely because the number of courts, as we know, has increased. The head of our court reporting unit, Mr. Hector Edwards, has advised me that these systems will be added to the 10 that have been recently acquired. And we have 18 courts already earmarked for installation.
Acting Chancellor George said the judiciary has graduated from simply storing its files electronically to the use of the court recording system. In 2024, the judiciary introduced a cloud-based e-litigation and case management system in both the High Court and the Court of Appeal, which is now linked to its digital diaries. Attorney General Anil Nandlal said the government of Guyana appreciates the support being offered through the Pace Justice Project, as he thanked both the EU and the UNDP for the support. He said support comes at a time when the administration of criminal justice in the Caribbean is undergoing significant changes. He said the government of Guyana is taking critical steps to modernize the justice sector. UNDP Representative Kay Thompson said the UNDP is pleased to partner with the EU and the Ministry of Legal Affairs to support the justice system and strengthen democratic governance and the rule of law. Thompson said to date, Guyana has benefited from more than $870,000 worth of investment in a number of areas, including the effective administration of justice, access to justice, and restorative justice. She also said as the partnership moves forward, it is important for there to be reflection on the progress made and the challenges that still persist.
As we move forward, we've been having various conversations in the context of those workshops and trainings, including in also some bilateral conversations among us around what would be the needs and how can we shape and support improvements in sectoral engagement on the rule of law in Guyana. And we would really encourage some reflection around taking a comprehensive and multi-agency approach to promoting improved administration of justice and improved access to justice.
And the EU Ambassador Luca Pierantoni said the EU is pleased to support the work of the UN here in Guyana. He said the IT equipment and software will help to advance the use of technology in the administration of justice. He also said the door of the EU remains open. Shortly after the handing over of the equipment and software, the members of the Pace Justice Project National Steering Committee convened a meeting to review Guyana's proposed 2026 work plan, including the procurement of additional specialized software and IT equipment and other capacity building initiatives. The work plan will be further reviewed and finalized during a steering committee meeting scheduled to be held in Barbados next week. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look. You know the one. Or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Bristow Promotions, in association with the Caribbean Boxing Organization, alongside Guyana Boxing Association, present Caribbean Boxing Showdown, January 24th, 2026, live at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall, featuring Guyana's finest: Desmond Amsterdam, Terrence Adam, Delon Charles, Quincy Gomes, Edmund DeClue, Joel Williamson, and Jamal Eastman, taking on top contenders from across the Caribbean. Tickets $2,500, ringside $5,000. January 24th. For more information, log on to CaribbeanBoxingOrganization.com.
Ready to position your brand at the heart of the region's most influential energy event? The Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo invites you to become a sponsor and connect directly with leaders shaping the future of energy and industry. Choose from 4 powerful tiers: Platinum, Diamond, Gold, and Silver. As a sponsor, your brand takes center stage, from live press conferences and magazine features to exclusive speaking opportunities and top-tier visibility across every major platform. Enjoy premium exhibition booths, media coverage, and access to hundreds of industry professionals and decision makers. Whether you want to lead discussions, host networking events, or elevate your brand presence, sponsorship puts your company at the forefront of opportunity and innovation.
Hi, miss. It's lovely to see you again. Here you go. Are you interested in purchasing the Christmas cookies? Sure.
Happy holiday, Mom.
Sometimes all it takes is a kind word, a gentle smile, a moment of care.
Did you have a medical trip today?
Oh, yes, I did.
At Massey Stores, the magic of Christmas isn't in the decorations. It's in the people who make you feel seen.
We finance everything with Quartz Ready Finance, from educational expenses and those unplanned emergencies. Get it done with financing through Quartz Ready Finance. All you need to apply is a valid ID, proof of income, proof of address, and 2 references. Get quick approval and flexible monthly installments, plus credit protection insurance. Apply in store or online at quartz.com. Quartz Ready Finance. Ready when you are. Conditions apply.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Sunday, January 18, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact GCOM on 2250-278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
President Irfanali today announced the construction of an international airport at Lethem in Region 9, as well as the construction of a new airport terminal at Ashalton in the same region. The president was at the time speaking at the commissioning ceremony of the Ashalton airstrip, a project which he said will set the foundation for massive development in the region.
Within a few weeks, you will see an expression of interest launch for a new modern airport in Lethem that will have all the facilities like any other airport. All of these things are critically integrated in your human, economic, physical, and infrastructure transformation.
Already, the president said one local provider, Jags Aviation, has agreed to lower their airfares to Ashalton and Paramagatoy with effect from the 1st of February. In addition, President Ali said the new airstrip will also improve access to healthcare, reduce costs of living, improve market access and opportunities, create better connectivity, and will have a major economic benefit in the diversification of the local economy, along with tourism. But to ensure things are done in a structured way, the president said a new terminal will be built there to complement the new airstrip.
That this is a building that will be constructed here, so you will have a proper terminal to welcome your visitors, immigration services, police services. And they're bringing a depiction of what the internal of the building would look like. So you see already, this one investment is stimulating another maybe $50 million of investment in this building, so that an important plank for your tourism product is now satisfied.
President Ali also announced the construction and upgrade of some 31 hinterland airstrips that boost hinterland travel and to improve aviation infrastructure development.
As I said earlier, we are planning an international airport in Region 9. We are planning a municipal airport at Rose Hall, Kanji in Region 6. In Region 1, we are planning the construction of Mabaruma, the rehabilitation and extension of Port Kaituma, and the upgrade of many other airports.
The president said that building out of the aviation infrastructure is to facilitate development for the next 100 years. Let's tell you now that Principal Magistrate Judy Latchman has warned the prosecution in the Mohameds extradition hearing that the case before the court is not a game of chess. She issued that warning this morning as she barred the prosecution team from making any further disclosures in the extradition case against businessmen Nazar and Azruddin Mohamed after today. The stern warning came as the prosecution brought fresh evidence to the court, while the committal hearing was already underway. Though allowing the document to be filed and served, the principal magistrate repeatedly warned the prosecution team about their actions. She cautioned the prosecution and said it is not a game of chess. She said they have to serve and file all of their statements, and that should have been done already. Special Prosecutor Terrence Williams attempted to intervene, but the principal magistrate repeated her position. Amid objections from the attorneys for the Mohameds, Prosecutor Williams, in an attempt to justify the last-minute disclosure, told the court that a statement from the foreign minister was being submitted out of an abundance of caution. In effect, he said it supports a certificate of the minister, which under the Fugitive Offenders Amendment Act is proof of the extradition arrangements with the UK and by extension Guyana.
There's a formal requirement in the Act which the minister has to perform. The Act provides for it to be done by a certificate as one means. It is that Act which the minister performs, an act which has been the content of which, or the foundation for which, has been confirmed by the courts on many occasions. That is that there is a extradition arrangement in existence between Guyana and the United States.
Defense attorney Adjourned, who this morning informed the court that he, along with Damian De Silva, are representing Nazar Mohammed in the case, said today's disclosure at the 11th hour seeks to close the gap and address the deficiencies in the evidence provided by the first witness, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sharon Rupchan Edwards. He submitted to the court that Rupchan Edwards was unable to substantiate the certificate of the minister, which is a key piece of evidence in the case, and the disclosure to remedy the situation is an abuse of the judicial process, a position he maintained outside of the courtroom.
Now that a document has been submitted, long past the midnight hour, as you would remember, the USA Counsel, its lawyers, kept on saying from the very first hearing, they were ready. They were eager to proceed. Now, after testimony already commenced the day before yesterday, they're 3/4 ways through their first witness. They recognize through our objections and our efforts, there are a number of holes, a number of glaring gaps in the evidence of that witness because of their unpreparedness.
The attorney said while the defense team relishes the opportunity to cross-examine the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he thought it was necessary to make the objections known. Senior counsel Royce Ford, who is representing Azruddin Mohammed, put forward similar arguments in the court. He said the prosecution was attempting to cure the deficiencies in the witnesses' statements.
We believe and we advocated to the court that that was meant to cure gaps and deficiencies in the evidence given 2 days ago by the Permanent Secretary. We believe that that is an important issue, as I indicated to the court. That goes to the jurisdiction of the court. It establishes the existence of an extradition arrangement between Guyana and the United States. I had indicated to the court and to the public that I believe that there were a lot of political machinations at work.
He also said without any rational explanation by the prosecutors, the Attorney General Anand Nandlal, who is not a party to the matter in the magistrate's court, was copied in the email dispatched to the defense with the latest disclosures.
I believe that the lines are being blurred continuously in terms of how this case is proceeding from the point of view of the prosecution. I see no rational basis for such a statement to be sent to the Attorney General when it is copied to counsel and to the court. I believe that that is part of the confusion, part of the incursion of politicians into this case.
But the Special Prosecutor William said he does not know what is the big song and dance over today's disclosure. Though the magistrate has allowed the document to be filed and served, she adjourned the case to the 5th of February to allow the defense team time to peruse the document. The Mohameds are wanted in the U.S. on an 11-count indictment related to alleged acts of fraud and tax evasion.
Looking for a reason to be happy in 2026? Mixmaster Tony has got the perfect one for you. January 9th at Everest Ground, Mixmaster Tony celebrates his birthday event called Smile. This one is the Tony and Friends edition, featuring Barry Hyde from St. Lucia, Dr. J. DeSoto Prince from Toronto, the Rhythm Master and the Spaniard from Antigua, and a major lineup from Guyana. Oh, and did I tell you? It's absolutely free. Table packages and VIP cabanas available. Just WhatsApp 620-4336. Smile 2026. Your New Year's resolution just got better.
Mixmaster Tony. Mixmaster Tony. Mixmaster Tony.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as a person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
This holiday season, we pause to reflect on what truly brings us together. It's the love and care we share in every interaction, not only within our teams, but also with our customers, partners, and suppliers. The way we collaborate across roles and organizations, supporting one another to achieve more. It's our shared responsibility to deliver excellence at every step. Through growth and continuous improvement, we move forward together.
Happy holidays from our Massey family to yours.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration, change or correction to your particulars, or you can object to the inclusion of anyone who you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GCOM registration offices will open Mondays to Fridays from 8 to 18 hours, Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
The Guyana Police Force appears to be exercising a right to remain silent when it comes to responding to questions about Guyana's murder rate for the year 2025. News Source has been repeatedly seeking information from the police force on the murder rate for the period January 1 to December 31, 2025. Although the questions to the Joint Services WhatsApp group are being read by senior officials, including the Home Affairs Minister Onesh Walrond and Top Cop Clifton Hicken, there continues to be silence on the requested information. Minister Walrond would only say that the police force provided information at the launch of its 2025 Christmas presentation. Now, that presentation was done in early November, and since that time there have been a number of murders recorded, but with no updated information being provided by the police force. While the police force's public relations office had initially acknowledged the questions, the office has also gone silent on providing the updated figures. During that Christmas presentation by the police force in November, the force boasted of a reduction in serious crimes, while admitting that cases of domestic murders have been on a steady increase, doubling the 2024 figures. News sources also requested information regarding the total number of recorded deaths as a result of road accidents and incidents during 2025. That request has also been met with silence, although the top brass of the police force has reportedly been in receipt of the updated figures. Well, the Forward Guyana movement believes that the government's plan to accept third country deportees from the U.S. raises serious constitutional, social, economic, security, and governance concerns, which demand immediate transparency and public accountability. In a statement, the FGP said Guyana is a small and developing state, and any policy that substantially alters its population profile or imposes new social responsibilities on institutions must be subject to parliamentary scrutiny and national consultation. The Forward Guyana movement said the matter cannot be handled quietly or without clear disclosure to the people of the country, as there are pressing and unanswered questions that must be addressed before any agreement is finalized. The party wants to know who are the persons that Guyana is being asked to accept and what categories of migrants are included. It also wants to know what independent verification systems exist to confirm their identities, backgrounds, and histories, and what agency or authority in Guyana has evaluated the risk and long-term implications of receiving those persons. The Forward Guyana movement also wants to know where will those persons be placed upon arrival and which communities will be directly affected. They also want to know whether those communities have been consulted and whether local authorities have been briefed and what arrangements are in place to support safety, social cohesion, and service delivery. As we have been reporting, Guyana is in advanced discussions with the U.S. government about an agreement that could see Guyana accepting third country deportees and refugees from the U.S. Those third country deportees and refugees are persons who are being deported by the U.S. to a country other than their own home country. News source has confirmed that the discussions have been ongoing for months, and there was a pause in August ahead of the elections, but those discussions restarted just after the elections and are nearing completion. The agreement is expected to see the U.S. bearing all the costs associated with the relocation of those being deported and those who were seeking refugee status in the U.S. but were denied and do not want to return to their home countries. A senior Guyana government official said the discussions on the agreement are progressing and will continue. The Guyana Sugar Corporation Guyana this afternoon announced that workers at its Iflot estate who were on strike have since returned to their jobs and have ended the industrial action. Guyana said the estate is now back to normal operations following engagements between management of the company and the workers. According to Guyana, discussions were held and the matters raised. Mutual understanding was reached and employees have returned to their jobs. The workers raised concern on a number of issues, including retroactive increases and the bunching for the year 2025. The sugar company said it has acknowledged the concerns expressed by workers and has admitted that the payments were not included in the December 2025 salaries for the workers due to the unavailability of funds at the time. In relation to the movement of managerial personnel, Guyana said the transfer of managers and technical staff across estates is a standard and long-established practice within the sugar industry. It noted that such movements are undertaken on a needs basis to ensure that critical skills, experience, and competencies are deployed where they are most required to support operational efficiency and productivity. Guyana said it remains committed to constructive engagement with its employees and will continue to address concerns through dialogue in keeping with its industrial relations practices.
Bristow Promotions, in association with the Caribbean Boxing Organization, alongside Guyana Boxing Association, present Caribbean Boxing Showdown, January 24th, 2026, live at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall, featuring Guyana's finest: Desmond Amsterdam, Terrence Adam, DeLon Charles, Quincy Gold, Edmund DeClue, Joel Williamson, and Jamal Eastman, taking on top contenders from across the Caribbean. Tickets $2,500, ringside $5,000. January 24th. For more information, log on to CaribbeanBoxingOrganization.com.
First-time homeowner, ready to build a dream house but worried about getting your plans approved? The Single Window Planning Approval System makes it easy. One application, one online platform, faster, simpler house plan approval. Visit our website to kickstart the process at singlewindow.chpa.gov.gy. No running around, no confusion, just clear steps and efficient service, all in one place. Apply, track, and get approved with confidence. The Single Window System, helping first-time homeowners move from planning to building the smart way. Single Window Planning Approval System, designed for transparency, built for convenience.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. Anyone who became 18 years or older on December 31, 2025, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not on the PLE, apply for a transfer if you've changed your address since you were registered, apply for a name change if you have changed your name, or apply for a correction if your registration particulars are incorrect. Any person applying for a change or correction to his or her particulars must provide the required original source documents: birth certificate and deed poll for a name change by deed poll, birth certificate and marriage certificate for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate, or naturalization certificate for correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Sunday, January 18, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruitopia the best. Quench any thirst when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. Cubans brace for a deepening economic crisis after the United States seized 2 more Venezuelan-linked oil tankers on Wednesday, a move that threatens to sever a critical energy lifeline for the communist-run island just days after U.S. forces captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Reuters, in a report, said in the port of Matanzas, where oil tankers dock, shuttered gas stations and long fuel lines reflected mounting supply shortages. The latest U.S. action is stoking fears that already frequent hours-long power cuts will worsen. In a dramatic escalation of its pressure campaign, the U.S. military on Wednesday seized a Russian-flagged tanker in the Atlantic near Iceland after a 2-week pursuit, U.S. officials said. The seizure, which a senior Russian lawmaker decried as outright piracy, marks the 4th such interception since Washington imposed a blockade on all sanctioned vessels going in and out of Venezuelan waters in mid-December. Early on Wednesday, the U.S. Coast Guard had intercepted another Venezuela-linked tanker, the M. Sofia, northeast of South America. For Cuba, the loss of Venezuelan oil is devastating. Between January and November of last year, Venezuela sent an average of 27,000 barrels per day to the island, covering roughly 50% of Cuba's oil deficit, according to shipping data and documents from Venezuelan state oil company PDVSA. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness is urging the church to partner with the government in reducing Jamaica's murder rate to align with the regional average. He noted that the country recorded a 31-year low of fewer than 700 murders in 2025. However, the government's broader aim is to reach the regional benchmark of 15 murders per 100,000. The Prime Minister added that Jamaica is nearing the target, with the country currently recording fewer than 25 murders per 100,000. In pursuit of this goal, Holness emphasized that partnership is vital in tackling social violence, including intimate partner conflicts, domestic disputes, and petty quarrels between neighbors that too often turn deadly. He was speaking at the 20th staging of the Heal the Family, Heal the Nation Day of Prayer service held at Power of Faith Ministries in Portmore, St. Catherine on Wednesday, January 7. Holness argued that the church is uniquely positioned to intervene swiftly in situations that could escalate to violence by offering counseling and employing diversion measures. And finally tonight, international news. U.S. President Donald Trump has said that his country's involvement in Venezuela could last for years. He told the New York Times that only time will tell how long his administration would oversee the running of the South American nation following the seizure by U.S. forces of the Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro in a raid on Saturday. Trump also did not say if or when elections would be held in Venezuela to replace the interim government headed by Maduro loyalist Delcy Rodriguez. Meanwhile, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado said the oust of Maduro had set off an irreversible process that would lead Venezuela to be free. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.